Yeah, g'day everybody. Wade Northhausen here for Billboard Battalion. We're back going again. We've had some issues with Facebook and the live, so we've cranked her up again. And we've got here, we've just run into all sorts of people we're talking to. And here we've met Anne Penny, who is here to support firefighters, to support Victorians, our farmers, our landowners, and the whole lot. So I might just ask Anne where she comes from, or just a bit of a rough idea, and what you do, Anne.
I come from Glenburn, Wade, and I do what I can to wake people up,
Yep.
which seems like it's doing nothing. Nobody seems to want to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think from what we see, more and more people are waking up, but they've got no leadership. Nobody leads anything. They don't know what to do. You know, so many people are going down all the rabbit holes. They're doing all the research. They're coming up with what's happening, what's wrong, but what's lacking is where to from here.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good to see a whole heap of farmers and CFA people here turn up today. I've been on the steps of Parliament here many, many times over the years, and our farmers are very, very slow and hard to wake up. But, you know, they're starting to come on board and understand that the politics is the issue. Now, we've got people here from all the parties, you know, and you see the coalition MP stand up there and go, oh, yes, well, you know, the Labor this and the Labor that and the Labor something else. Just remember, when they're in power, they do exactly the same thing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I agree. I think they're all paid. They've got the hand in the pocket. They say follow the money, don't they? So I'm thinking that's got a lot to do with that. We need real people in their wage.
Without any doubt at all. You know, I know we've been here on many occasions where the National Party and the Libs are stood there and they've, you know, parked right where these fire trucks are. We've been here. And the coalition get up there and they say that what they're going to do is support farmers. The Murray-Darling Basin plan's a shocker and the North-South pipeline's a shocker and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, remember Peter Walsh, who was the National Party Minister for Water, signed Victoria up to the Murray-Darling Basin plan, one of the biggest killers of farmers, one of the biggest things, the weapons against agriculture and against farmers. And Walsh, who was a National Party minister, signed us up to it. So, you know, I think that we've got to have people such as yourselves, people like this, turn up and don't get sucked in by the crap that these politicians.
By the bullshit. That's what it is. I think as soon as they don't keep to their word, they should be out straight away.
So, how do you make these people be accountable? I mean,
it's a good question. It's a good question. I do my best to talk to people when I see them. I share stuff on Facebook all the time. I get very few comments, if anything. I think people are either too scared or they just don't want to know, too busy. Most people I talk to, they just too busy. Head down, up, living my life, don't want to know about it. I said, well, that's not helpful. So, I mean, what do you do? That's the thing.
Well, I think that it's interesting to note that the thing in Bendigo we did the other day with all the fire trucks there, we were across there, and here in Melbourne. You know, at this time of the year, early May, everybody's on tractors and air seeders. They're all putting in crop, which is great. But the thing is, at some point, those people need to understand if they don't turn up here just for a day, one day, then they won't be on air seeders and tractors.
That's right.
And this is the part that is very, very difficult to get along to a lot of farmers' brains, is that their very existence now is on a knife edge and it's under attack. And it doesn't matter whether you got the Labor Party here or the Greens or the Libs or the Nats. They are all part of the One World agenda.
They are.
They're all part of the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 and blah, blah, blah. So we need the entire farming community to realise.
We need all of Australia, all of Victoria to all stand up, wake up and stand up. Can't just leave it to the farmers without the farmers be stuffed. So, yeah, it's absolutely up to everyone, all of us.
And so this is one of the big things. We constantly hear the politicians trying to drive the wedge between country and metropolitan.
They're all about division. All about division in every way, whether it's race, whether it's city, country, whatever. It's division.
It is. That's their primary weapon.
Divide and conquer.
So, you know, we've been coming down the city for 40 odd years protesting about stuff as farmers, and when you bring agricultural and rural issues to the city people will do something, but they don't get the message because these politicians, you know, are deliberately, constantly dividing.
Yeah, they are.
So
they are. They're very good at what they do. They're very good at lying. They're very good at what they do. There's no doubt.
well, I think it's a part of the job description
I think so.
for most of them anyway.
Yeah,
like there's a sprinkling of good ones throughout.
Yeah.
But
there's good and bad in everything. Absolutely. Yeah.
And sadly, in politics, it's mostly bad.
It is. I agree. I agree.
So, but at the end of the day, you know, the four major parties and some good people go into politics. There's old Peter Walsh over there now, having a good old laugh and everything. Wonder how much he sleeps at night, knowing the people that he's helped destroy.
You got to wonder, don't you?
Yeah.
I really, really have to wonder how these people sleep at night. They must take really good sedatives, right?
Well, you got no conscience.
You can't have.
No. Like I've spoken to Walsh before at meetings and that, and he said, "Oh well, you know, as the National Party, you know, we didn't run the North-South pipeline." Right. Okay. That was because you knew you would have got massacred if you did, because of everything that was happening in 2010. But by the same token, they didn't hold, and this is one of my pet bugbears, they didn't hold the Royal Commission that they promised they were going to do, because they're what are they?
Liars.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll say it. They're bloody liars.
And Walsh is one of the chief scumbags here in Victoria.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have a bit of a yarn to him if he wants to. That's no problem at all. So this is one of the things where we have to understand is the politics. Don't get sucked in by, you know, all the stuff that's going on. We constantly hear about the whether it's the sheep banning in Western Australia, whether it's all the renewable energy stuff that's going on here. We keep hearing it's about the Labor Party, it's about Albanese's, this, that, and the other thing. Sorry, mate. No, you're all in on the same page. You're all signed up to the Paris Agreement. You're all on Agenda 2030, 21, the 17 sustainable goals, which is a lot of crap.
Yeah.
So
must look into that. So I don't know all this stuff you're talking about. So it's got a lot of homework.
Just run with me. It's correct.
So yeah, okay.
It's correct. So
I believe it.
And I put it to all these parasitic politicians, and that's just conspiracy theories. Really?
To make you look bad.
Yes,
that's right.
because that's the only thing they've got.
But isn't it interesting though, Wade, that all the conspiracies that we're being supposedly caught out on, have all come true?
What are the chances? What are the chances? What are the chances?
Right.
I mean,
it's really time people work up.
Yeah, yep. And I mean, you know, we talk to a lot of people and they all say, "Oh, we're going down this rabbit hole and that rabbit hole." Well, as some form of leadership, what we need to do is to say to people, right, enough rabbit holes. Let's look at the main burrow. Let's look at where the den of this thing is. So that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've spoken a bit about the Freedom Leadership Convention or what are you going to?
That's going to be.
Well, we're talking to people right now. Phone calls going backwards and forwards, Zoom all over the place.
Yeah.
But one of the big contingents that we need to do is to combine that with rural and agricultural people, and get them to understand there is a pattern that's happening, and this is where it's at.
Yeah.
And we need massive big rallies like this to get the public, as the food producers, as the people who produce the food. You know, we need to be communicating with the general public, and we can't really do that if we ourselves don't understand.
That's right.
So therefore, that's why we're on the job and trying to
educate people.
That's what it's about.
That's important.
Yes.
It's important. Yeah.
So do you reckon it's been a good turnout today?
Oh, ripper.
Yeah,
Great
no,
turnout. Yeah.
no, was very
Absolutely wrapped.
good. Absolutely terrific.
Yeah, it is. So will you be here Friday?
So,
Don't know. Yeah.
not sure. This is the trouble. They throw stuff together and drop the hat, and it's
Do you think that they cancelled today
yes,
because everyone's going to be here?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was my first thing. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty concerned about a handful of greens. Hey, mate, how are you? Warwick, how are you, mate?
Yeah.
So, Warwick Long from the ABC Country Hour, who we chat to every now and again. Not so much recently, though. So, yeah, we get a bit of a wide berth.
Yeah, a lot of them don't like the truth, do they?
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, that's right. I absolutely believe when they say, oh, they didn't have the numbers. They don't want to be making a shocking announcement with all these people here.
That's right.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I agree. A bit of fear. Oh, do you think it's a bit of fear, Wade?
I think it's a lot of fear.
Well, wouldn't that be wonderful for them to feel a bit of bloody fear?
Yes.
Look at what they're doing with their psychosis to all the people in Australia and the world. So
and we're certainly not talking about any kind of physical threat to these people.
No.
But they need the fear of God put into them,
They
or
do.
if you're godly people and stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, they do.
But at the end of the day, this low life scumbag excuse for premier we've got, you know, she's not working for the people of Victoria, and never was.
No.
And these are with other piece of filth, Andrews.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, they were never ever working for our country. They were working for foreign interests.
That's right, and for their own pocket. Absolutely. No
So,
doubt.
and the things that they've done to all Victorians, you know, they should be spending the rest of their life in jail. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So we get over to Bendigo every now and again. We've done a couple of lives from Jacinta's office, but never from Jacinta. She doesn't seem to want to talk to you.
Isn't it? The door's always locked, isn't it, Wade?
Oh, yes.
I find that fascinating.
For some reason, whenever we turn up somewhere, all of a sudden the doors are locked, the thing's switched off, the lights.
To be seen.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. We're just I'm just a bloke from the bush. Nick, as you can see, Nick's terrifying. He's
a great job. Good on you.
Yeah, Nick frightens the hell out of him. That must be Nick that's the problem. So,
Good on you.
all right, well, we better go and
you go and interview people.
We'll go and catch up with a few more people. And
they're lovely to meet you.
Yeah,
So nice to meet
same,
you.
mate, same.
Yeah,
So-
I'll try and keep in touch some way, or whether I just comment on you. You turn it off now, Nick.
No, once it starts, it doesn't stop,
Oh, it
mate.
doesn't?
So
Oh,
no,
shit, okay.
you're stuck now.
Oh God, okay. Yeah, no. So I will put messages on YouTube and stuff, but I'll follow you as close as I can.
Yeah,
So
no,
I just
thank
see
you.
what you do and
Yep.
where you go and stuff like that. And if I can get there, I'll get there. You know.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, because I think it's important.
Good on you. All right.
Yeah, do my best to try and wake people in the area up.
No, well, we've got to push it. We've got to go for it.
Bloody oath we do.
So-
I agree. I agree.
All right, Anne. Well, thanks very much for that.
Lovely. Nice to meet you and take care.
Look after yourself,
Yeah,
mate.
You too.
Yeah.
You too. And I'll
Hopefully you'll be back Friday.
Yeah, we'll be the middle up.
All right, mate. Thanks.